who's the third best player? Like, who's the third most important player? Is it Jrue Holiday? Is it Jaylen Brown? Is it Marcus Smart? Like, who is it?
Yeah, well, so I think when you look at this series, so I think Jrue Holiday was the best player on the floor in game one, right? He defended Tatum at a high level. He got to the rim. He made big shots. He was, to me, he played way above his head. And Jrue Holiday, if you guys know him, he is about that. He loves the challenge. In game two, all the talk. Where's Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown's hamstring. Jaylen Brown was amazing in game two. So it got me thinking about this series, and I really believe that whoever is that the third best player in the series is going to be the person who wins this series. If Jrue Holiday is the third best player, it's Tatum, Giannis.
Who has the better chance of being that player, in your opinion?
I mean, I hopefully it's Jaylen Brown. I hope it is.
Bert Beadle and I are like, that doesn't sound convincing, Scal.
Yeah, listen, I agree with everything you've said. And I think that Holiday needs to have more of those performances like he had in game one for Milwaukee to win the series.
Let me explain.
Like, I don't think they can do it without him. Right?
You're 100% right. So
yeah.
Let me get you inside the mind of Jrue Holiday. He loves when Marcus Smart's Defensive Player of the Year, like, that gets him going. He loves that Jayson Tatum's a top 5 MVP candidate. That gets him going. But then they got the win, and he gets complacent, and then you see what you saw in game two. So if you go back, like last year in game 7, Holiday was playing terrible against the Nets. He dominated the last 5 minutes with Kevin Durant on the floor and Giannis. So Holiday is about that. Now, he gets a little bit of complacency. So I do think that he can be the best player on the floor, or the third best player in the series, but he doesn't always bring it every night.
We've seen the Celtics win games and win important games when one of their two stars is not playing their best, right? I mean, we've seen games where...
You're talking about regular season?
Yeah, I mean, but
playoffs are different.
I know they're different. Yeah, I know they're different, but I'm just saying, like, in games against good competition, where Brown doesn't play well and the Celtics can still win, and I feel like they could pull that off in a game
I'm
or
call
two.
You out. Tell me when. When did that happen?
Not in the sense that they have got other players that I think can sort of pick up the slack and have some of these, performances like Grant Williams the other night.
Yeah.
You're not getting that every night, but you got that out of him for a game, right? Marcus Smart's coming back. Marcus Smart could have one of these standout performances
you're right.
where you say, you know what, he picked up his team, and I'm not saying Brown's terrible and he's going 0 for 10, but that he didn't need to have a 30-point night. Whereas I think Milwaukee, they're going to have to rely way more on Holiday than the Celtics may have to on Brown.